agus lena chitóg das ceann éisce bhead ag James McEntee agus deis inis ag an bhí chéachtar an Muncie agus an Nimmert oscailte an seo barca chróca an ceantinúna bheith scuilte de chórgamach an bhaintáiste ag Mayo agus tá. Tá sé cáilteach up. Stephen Coogan inis in ash. Ceann sin builtisteach ag James McEntee de chórgamach seansan seo ag Adam Gallagher an ceann seo glána do Mayo. Patrick Durkin Cruz Bosto Hainfeld in agus thug se an fixi.
Yeah, Ruhari intuk Maho Shane McEntee, Tassie intuk a Killian O'Sullivan. Gachra the Gar Chakas and Craig Fader a Doolan crossbar.
Throw in the Himera, Ari Het. Fader le Dermot O'Connor and Cian Shachanel Stace Fader agus Nish will Dermot the Nana Fekasus Ta. Tasal to Shirgadas Agadi Sean Regan. Agus Regan a touch we score agus on Kate score on Immers Forteg and long Tussock Sean. Jason Daly le Cian Ishal. Shint into go handas agus an istá Shanseg an non-hoolish just an Immert agus an bhí again Cian Shaibrú Shanseg Stephen Coogan oh Sabbath to go hintach is the hinshin and Connor Caro Canish show that Adam Gallagher Captain Napornia oh Rail Wio agus an istá Shans Mac thrust the park and shog Stephen Cohen Galure Spasek Cohen agus Cogan Shat a score agus Coro Custom Tori na me Hernish Takiat Fortega o Patrick Durkin Galure Iirde leis an Gian sin an Coolbora Burlingham at Tiach Damach tá sé Caltega tá sé grúting a hintach a sin sin ag James Quinn agus tá Shans éisce go maihan seo ag Mayo agus a bhfuil sé cara ar an trastal man an goin a Cheanish Cian sin builte go das agus go crín agus tá Gallagher agus tá rinspáisian seo ag Sean Regan. Blue seachtaiste ó Gallagher éis agus tá Mayo gur a seans mach rathóin seo. Ach an éireacht ó Quinn blocáilte tá seansaí ag seo. Ag O'Connor agus tá cúlfáte ag Dermot O'Connor agus an éis tá solas a lé into the fórne. Níl an coolbáda Robert Burlingham sásta ach tá cool ag Mayo.
Well, Níl cínte an tas a bhí an sin ribh sin nó kick me ceart a stogur bran ar seo éis tháinig sé tíbiste. Christian Kickisteach, yeah, gan doubt rasta sé an líon an tam sin.
Mar a dúrstú bhí James Quinn ar thór cúla hain agus sort winniu le blocáil agus tá Mayo tíocht go tréan ar ís le Patrick Durkin go leor spás, go leor am agus thug sé scór agus I bhuite na súl tá seach rúte leis ag Fiachra Ward. So that Declan Smith agus Shanson Shubbit and again lehosach Lord Jason Daly blockáilte go hintach Shansella ag Jason Daly Untin sé ash go hard sa spéir har an trastáin bhí Shans eile chúlan sin ag Mayo a chó gonne gáfuinte.
Yeah, a húbnas leis an ceann sin har an trasnáin úsáid an ghuibio ganin chun éis dúró har an trasnáin an sin ach gan a kick ó ón lavan agus beidir go fiú.
Sin grútirí air ag Adam Gallagher ag tuchasús go leor briseach an ceann sin fáilte leis ag Cillian O'Sullivan agus inis McEntee agus Shansella beidir ag chun na mí an ceann sin builte go hard agus tá sé crín agus an ceann sin fáilte seiste níl sé míach Shans beidir an seo ag Torrick Hernan agus sin scór má fáilte ag Captain na Fórne Torrick Hernan agus inis cuaig faoinsa idir na Fórne. Tóki go hall in the Lorna Park ag Adam Flanagan go hintach ar fad ní hééis sin an céadúir díntaige agus Shane McEntee in éis á domáin chun tosa tógann sin dhúlan go má Shanson seán éis ag James McEntee a chul cethir can sin go hard sa spéir agus titan sé har an trastáin agus clán McEntee a coibre go hintach le chéile agus chead a faoinsa atarm.
Yeah, aus ní ráidir gimmart rodonna go dtí seo stoc an bhí just ní ráidir nan an scórna aimsú ach inis Téisa go cáhfuil na post agus tá siad sásta go leir na cín sin a chur thar an trasnáin.
Lúta a chuid in na Fórne agus é sin dínta go héasca aige agus ceann an waharíist ó captain na bliana Chicaite Robert Burlingham. Ish. Thank you suas ag Adam Flanagan. Tócéirá an féidir leis an bhí críochnú le scór eile ribh le ham agus béidir amach seansan seo hacup le Cillian O'Sullivan. Cian sin, puts a hole in it, Cillian O'Sullivan. Sin Cian a score na sár sa chéad le. Fáte.
And Pat Spillane here with me in our studio for the afternoon column. You're behind in that game. It took Meath a while to even get off the mark in it.
Yes, it took, I think, 17 minutes to get the first point, and at that stage Meath had squandered several good goal chances. It's a game, I think, where forwards seem to be on top. Both sides have had plenty of chances. Both defences a bit open. I'd say managers will be trying to do something about their defences, but Meath have squandered a lot, and Mayo have been more efficient with their taking of chances.
They have. And the thing about it is, Meath are doing well around the middle of the field in terms of fielding and possession and so forth. But when Mayo get on the move,
yes, very much so. I think Meath probably had enjoyed a majority of possession, and at times looked the better team.
No, yeah, the lecture lover of the Chinese Stoke at Torrey Card and the rain goal is Neil Salmon will on Cuss Keiko Mazaton Koshiasek Sean Regan and Tom Shin Chance and Chuck and Bjarne made of gone into Mayo.
Points on for Adam Gallagher ó Chicksir in san chéad le ceann anéisce a bhí an. Cechan íona sé le ceann atá runebeg ní sucra. Agus bhfuil a bharcam sí ag am anam go bhfuil anchrín Adam Gallagher. Robert Burlingham a British Sheesalor na Torque Fortic Sean Regan in East agus Gilior Imrorioio Fantashir Shanson Isheg Adam Gallagher agus Kelno Nimmerton Ish Fortic Captain na Fornia Offwin se Skippi Fortic Ishiticht agus Shaw an Totru Kena a Hunnick Morin san Chéad la Michael Plunkerton Lon Hooley Clay Pass Bra and it's Shanson Shaw and Quinn agus Pulsa Haran Trosnan James Quinn Mayo Gearan Cianshai Bruceus na Cléhan nach tá sé go tír hashtag Brian Power agus Fonshin Shelev. Cian or the East though Brian Power seo tactic of Jacob agus an Ishtá Sean Sakov and seo Cillian O'Sullivan. Sean Sakov a well. Your pass on agus here Zeta. Tá sé kick at Haran Trosna like Rory O'Cullen ach bhí Sean Sullivan. Board kicks here sa chéad le agus ní chorga a hainai big leis an Gian seo. Agus Neil agus Cian sin bulta go deas ag féchá Well tá sé 9 ó am sin Mayo scór ach tá idir chead faoin sa chun cín agus is cumuló is dói má anan sé mar seo ach siad a Cillian O'Sullivan agus bhfuil sé an trasna nach chúise ar an trasna agus Cillian O'Sullivan sinis go dtí Sean Regan Gramú teacisteach Lynch cut amach Regan cut amach ar an tíomhlíne ach tá
Stoke go a fiall an sin mam Tom Janani sin escin to reach Captain go a sunk more took Tom Shin agus before kicks here bheith bruntag Mayo and Tom Shin Branin sé go an Rachel chun yeah sin mí ceart an Rachel Mahorn se
Cian sin isteach ar éisteach Mayo ag cosins go maith Joe Geraghty droch fes amach agus béidir amach Shanselin seo ag Torrin Carnan Shanson seo ag O'Sullivan look at the shees then the hush agus by kick Erika and seo dó chun den na bhí
yeah is Stoke má Branimid Carcolor Stoke má Branimid seo ríis gone down lane says Jacqueline of course is Stoke Harlig and 5 is more than we all river shin or a vima there are Maccagan tabling and shin
Tá 3 points a forte ag Féchar Ward sa glyfa ach seo an kick is tábhachtí dó agus tá sé istí Regan sa chúl ba bheag dar Hall Conor O'Malley ní hen kick is ára thug sé riamh ach tá na Fornia chum
yeah well gone down ní by sé sásta beidir leis an kick ach by sé sásta leis an turris Jackson Lean tá Gorcanúna
Nish an féidir le Mayo an cinnta churthú an seo Darren Duffy isteach sa lár Cian builte Gahan Ord and Shane agus Gahan bhí chrín Flanagan in ish amach go dtí Patrick Kennelly tá Shanson seo ag óscior an Shantíach nuair a bhí Shansaige ach cínta tá Shansa chúlach go bhfuil sin Féchar Ward agus Kennelly tá sé sin agach ó Patrick Kennelly agus in ish is stoilm gur bhilé tá bhí chun tosa dóide le híanante ó bhí Shansan íonta chacab a thógadar an ceann is cinneannaí
yeah the hogad are gone down is Stoke bhí cinna an sin river sin a hogan Rachel beidir duntáiste dun bhí agus Daibre sé an Tom Shaw haven cool sin for the cool Jane go gunja Tyrone con Clash in a Vulcan agus anish ga cool Jane agus stoke agus gak Branin shaken start to show go in and Clash of to Jawarna cool the cool shin.
Well, Cahamway cool am shunish. Shin and Tain. Cahamway cool all. Forte captain of Fornia Adam Gallagher calls agus Neil Sean Regan and Anna Canchin if Fekasus. Forte Nishig David McHale. Mcdulladai Achan Hussins Lloyd Zero Hunda Nami Tha Chancella ag David McHale on Squealy Sheet Kyan or the Shafsachul Cian Burke Sean Regan Stuppy Patrick Durkin Mcdulchan Keane Richard Nisar Lira the Khurishach Amela Hul Fosig Durkin Forte Nish Tha Chancella Shog Mayo and Cohen oh points of Forte ag Stephen Cohen Tanya Dog Shatesy Egan Racer Cahallo Hagen August Ha on V Erash Glypha Kaddish Nahaden August Inarida and Hedur Dov Evan Oh Vian.
But I have to say that Meath were certainly helped by refereeing decisions which all went their way. It was quite a pathetic display of refereeing where there was no incident in the game. The referee constantly holding up the play, flashing yellow cards. It's just outrageous the way things have gone here now. There wasn't an incident in the game and I lost track of the number of yellow cards holding up the play. It was just a mess of refereeing.
Well, I suppose the colours that were more important were green and white, the scores that Meath eventually got out of this one. We thought this was drifting to an inevitable conclusion and that the Mayo goal for the first half, Pat, was going to be the deciding score.
We were hoping it was going to drift to an inevitable conclusion because it was a very, very poor minor championship All-Ireland semi-final. If that's two of the four best teams in the country, God help us. Now, Mayo, I mean, this was the fortuitous goal that Mayo had in the first half, but at the end of the day, look, goals win matches. Meath scored 2, Mayo scored 1. Meath also managed to miss 5 other goal scoring chances, and as Colm alluded to, it was actually 27 minutes of the second half Mayo went without scoring, and you just can't simply sit back and defend it. But I will agree with Colm in that the refereeing display today was absolutely atrocious. I mean, we got a refereeing performance in the hurling last week where they let everything go, and today was a nitpicking performance of frees that you said there was no free there, of yellow cards for fouls that were hardly fouls at all. And lads, if I was a Mayo supporter, particularly the penalty for a foot block, I would be angry because it was no foot block.
No, it wasn't.
Joe, on that's the cue to have a look at this.
You know, and he's a Brackerville man, and whenever Cahill started refereeing, you know, he was a very good referee, but I mean, he has gone through the process, and that was a really, it was a very disappointing display.
Well, it
was first of all, it was clearly a push
over the line.
Secondly, this is not a foot block. Now, I mean, the referee was clearly saying it was a foot block, but what's what happens? I mean, the second Mayo player, who's about 3 metres away from the kick, the ball strikes his legs. That's not a foot block. A foot block is whenever you come in on top of the man when he's kicking the ball with your foot against him. It's a dangerous tackle. That's why it's a foul, and also
that's the best way to score a goal by miskicking the ball.
Yeah, well, I suppose it still counts as a goal, but I have to agree with the lads. The idea of a foot block when you're a few metres away, the idea of a foot block is if you're putting your foot in, which is going to cause danger on the player who's kicking the ball.
And to make it one, like to compound the matter, was the fact that the Mayo player was pushed out over the sideline as he was kicking the ball. The referee was located, the linesman was located, and they still gave a meat ball. I mean, sometimes you can understand why it infuriates players and supporters when you see blatant instance being ignored.
Yeah, it was a very, very poor display by the referee, I'd have to say it, and I say it with regret, but the idea that it would be a penalty because the ball happens to hit someone's foot in circumstances where everyone's diving. I mean, okay, had he been close to him and had it been a legitimate foot block, then it was a penalty. But it wasn't, and it was a very, very poor decision. That ultimately decided the outcome.
So we thought Mayo were drifting along.
A lot of
just want to look at this, Colm. Was there a pick-up off the ground here?
Well, it looks a bit dodgy here as well. And Killian Sullivan goes for a point, ball dropped short, fake reward inside, and Paddy Kennelly's on hand to be the hero of the day. So
there was actually 2 breaches of the rule because Paddy Kennelly had the ball on the ground and he did an illegal hand pass.
It was an illegal hand pass.
It was an illegal hand pass, number 1. And number 2, number 10, Killian O'Sullivan, picked the ball off the ground, and the referee was looking at both instances. So
it was a really.
We were wasting a lot of chances, and even in the first half, I know we were a long way down, and we had 2 or 3 goal chances that didn't come off. But Mayo defend really well. I mean, we saw that against Tipperary, defend in numbers, and it's kind of hard to get your shot away. And a lot of the shots that we were taking were under pressure. So you got to give credit to Mayo for that, I guess.
Any defeat in Croke Park, All-Ireland semi-final, is difficult to take. We were in a very good position at half-time, and we didn't really do enough in the second half to see out the game, which is very disappointing.
I guess we showed real guts there today. We showed a bit of guts up against Tyrone. But we decided after the Leinster final that Dublin were obviously the bar that we needed to get to. I wouldn't think we're there yet, but that's what